people that get on the radio every day in white-owned companies, white-owned stations with white-owned sponsors that play the role of hypersexualized, hypercriminalized male. I asked these advertisers, I say, I've got hundreds of songs a day that celebrate killing animals. Will you put them on your station? They said, no. I got hundreds of songs a day that talk about assaulting women and abusing kids. Would you put them on your station? They said, no. I said, I got hundreds of songs a day that talk about murdering blacks. Would you put them on your stations? They said, well, that depends. Depends on what? Who it's done by and who it's branded for. Because if we can get black folks to sing about it and we can brand it for our youngest black audiences, I think there's money to be made. I think there's American appetites to see these people that way. I said, how can you say that? They said, well, look, it's what these artists know. It's what they, black people, create. It's a matter of fact, our surveys say it's what they want to hear, which speaks of a sickness. How do we live in a society where somebody says, you know what, I'm inspired to write a song that celebrates murdering another person. And then a person says, I'd like to put that on my station. Another person said, I'd like to pay for it. And then there's people out here in the audience that go, I'd love to hear it, as long as it's black guys. Because even white people buy rap music, buy this type of stuff, because we know that when we want to hear about killing each other, we know who to turn to for that type of inspiration. We call it our music. We say we own it. White people buy more rap than black people. Yeah, but we're very careful to turn it down at the stoplight when other black people are there. Why? Because we know we're just pretending. For them, it's more authentic and real. I always ask the companies, what about your name? What about your brand? What about your value? And the largest radio company in the world said this: it's okay that we only have drug dealers on our black youth stations. We only have murders on our black youth stations. We support black charities. We give out water at the Martin Luther King parade. I think we've got it covered. We've bought them off. Now, people get upset, the smartest guys in the room again. You're talking about censorship. I don't believe that. I believe in free art. Make whatever you want. I believe you should make music about anti-Semitism. I believe you should make music about killing dogs. I believe in this country you should make music about bashing homosexuals and driving them behind trucks. I believe you should make music about stringing people up on trees. I believe you should make music about killing whitey. I believe you should make all that music. But I also believe that in the mainstream marketplace, people should hesitate associating their name with certain content. You know, there's certain stuff you can't buy at the store. Certain stuff you can't get on iTunes because their brand doesn't want it. But if you want to hear black people celebrating killing black people, they got thousands and thousands and thousands of those things to sell you. I don't think it's about censorship. I think it's about American cultural hypocrisy. Because here's the truth. These black entertainers, they can't sing just about anything. There's some stuff that'll get them fired, and they get dropped, and they get fired, and they get slapped on the wrist, and they get disciplined all the time. Why? Because sometimes they step over the bounds. A very famous case is what happened with Rick Ross. Rick Ross is the Mammy Two Shoes, one of the many Mammy Two Shoes of our day. He's a black entertainer in a world carved out for him, and a role carved out for him by white entertainment companies. And one day he talked about, in the middle of a song that celebrated dealing drugs and killing blacks, he made a reference to date rape. And when he made that reference to date rape, that set social media on fire. That got 100,000 petitions in 24 hours. Hey, buddy, date rape is no joke. That had white people standing outside of Reebok in New York saying, you better take this seriously. We're tired of a rape culture in America. One line in one song moved the masses. And you know what Reebok did? Did they stand by him and say, hey, we believe in freedom of speech. We believe in freedom of expression. It's just a song. Calm down. No, they fired his tail on the spot. The president came out and said, this goes against our high standards. He's gone against the values of our brand. Shame on Rick Ross. We're disappointed. He doesn't know how serious date rape is. And when I saw that, I thought, wow, how convenient. Isn't that amazing? But here's what really happened. It's not their brand. It's not their values. Rick Ross went off script. He was hired to get black customers, and they think that black customers go with black bait. And in America, black bait is the hypercriminalized, hypersexualized portrayal of black people. And as long as he had sung about that, the stuff that got him hired, he still have a job at Reebok. But when he touched other sensitivities that affect us, he lost his job. See, the truth is, it's not they that need to change. It's we that need to change. We created the lies. We created them for our profit. We own the companies. We own the record labels. We own the advertisers, and we keep putting it out. And it's this that's got to change. I thought about it. You know what? I wonder if White Mike could get anybody's attention on this. So I stood outside of a Walmart, and I said, hey, I don't think killing cops and killing blacks is very cool. And you know what? It only took 7 weeks of Mike standing out there, and they wrote a letter and said, yeah, we don't think it's cool either. We're going to pull our name off of that. The largest retailer in the world had never considered that maybe their commercial shouldn't be right before or after a song about young black men being gunned down. And I realized this, that black murder is normal, but it should not be. And I realized the importance at the coffee table, at every headline, every pastor's gathering, every family gathering to say, you know what, these black lives matter. It's not just another black kid. These are human beings. I'm doing my best in every way, shape, and form. Talks like this everywhere I can go to say, you know what, I was born in a world where black murder was normal. My kids were born into a world where black murder is normal, but I don't want to die in a world where black murder is normal. Am I 5 years or 10 years away? I don't know, but I'm screaming as high as I can. Let's feel this pain and let's lift our voice to tell the lies. They are not criminals, they are not deviants, and their lives are just as important as ours. Thank you very much.
Woo! Shalom, shalom, Yashra Allah. I want to start off first things first. Give it all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem HaKadash. Which in the Paleo Hebrew tongues, correct as the Heavenly Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And shalom to you sister brothers living this truth. And shalom to the brothers and sisters that's listening and study to show themselves approved. Shalom. Now, as you just heard from that Edomite, which it appears to look like an Edomite, I don't know, but he said a bunch of truthful things, man. He basically pulled Esau's skirt up and made Esau naked on that was what he did. I don't know if he got butt hurt. I don't know if he was supposed to get a deal. He didn't get it, so he just looking exposed. Now, what he did do is expose Esau at a high level, the hypocrisy of this whole country. Talking about he exposed freedom of speech, and he exposed them talking about you need to love everybody. We all about love, and how Esau brands himself as an all-loving person, and he's good. And Jake, your so-called black man, Native American, and Hispanic, is a savage, wicked, evil person. You know, and he showed it's a strategy. It's marketed. Because who owns the record labels? Who owns the advertisers? Esau does. Your enemy. He promotes that. But he will not promote anything like if an Israelite start making a CD, talk about his heritage, who he is, which some of them kind of did, and they jumped all over them. They can't go off script. The script is get Jake, Yashrala, you know us, to kill each other. And that's the whole, they had a whole secret meeting of it in 1990. That was the game plan. And Jake went for a hook, line, and sinker. And then they get out there and say, it's your problem. Y'all kill each other in your community. You know, to a certain extent it is. But you push that up on my people with that witchcraft. Esau's media goes into witchcraft. So a 2/3 Jake is under a spell. Because he's under curses. Because Yahweh allowed them to put the curses on us. So Jake goes out and he just blah, 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 blah. Because that's what he hears on his music. That's what they promote. And those will be the number one CDs they promote. That's the number thing they push out. But at the same time, they talking about, you know, we love everybody. We good, we loving. And they just, but yet, look at the wickedness that Esau does. They do that. That's a scheme. That's a scam. You know? But then to tell you, hug and, oh, I love you, we need to love each other, we need to all get along. That's why you should never, ever, like the scripture say, trust this devil, man. Never trust thy enemy. They are liars, hypocrites. You know, they break every law in the book, our Bible. And they're being fully exposed right now, man. They Edomite, what it look like an Edomite, just fully exposed their whole strategy when it comes to music. And he even put examples with Rick Ross. That dude really pretty much, he lost his career after that line. I noticed he was on fire with everybody's CD after that line. You really don't see too much of Rick Ross no more. You know, and that's all of them. You get, what they call that, cancel culture. You get canceled when you go off script. You got to promote selling drugs. You got to promote killing your brother. You got to promote beating your woman up or commit some adultery with one of your brother's women. You know, you got to promote that and put that out there for Jake to pretty much destroy our community. Is what Esau does, you know. But at the same time, I want to talk about how he building something up and he done did so much for the black community, the so-called black community, and you know, and they just some dumb niggers and they don't want to act right and all of that. And they just don't understand our issue. And I'm like, do the history, man. And I look at my people, man, because like, for an extent, man, you got to break that spell. And the only way you're going to break that spell, you got to get to this truth. And get this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of Yahweh Shah. Therefore, you can see this devil for who he is. And you can, you know, handle this devil with wisdom. You know, don't go the path he wants you to go. Walk the path that Yahweh Shah wants us to walk. Therefore, you can avoid being a nigga. This book it renews your mind to where you won't think and act and behave and be emotional like a nigga. Because that's what Esau want. Niggas are very profitable. As you just see that dude laid it out in his whole little sermon right there. They profit off of us killing our community. Esau profits off of that. But they say, oh, I did so what? If it wasn't for me, they wouldn't even have nothing. I gave him food stamps. I gave them Section 8. I did all this for them. They savages. They'll kill each other. If it wasn't for me, I civilized them. That's what Esau tell you. That's the hypocrisy of these damn devils. When the truth is, we civilized them. They're the real gangsters. They're the devil in the flesh. They're the ones why the whole world is sick. It's them. So I just want to pull that up to show. And look, before we get to that, I'm going to pull one more clip to show the hypocrisy of Esau, you know. Which, let's go get a scripture before I pull that up. Let's go get a scripture. Let's go to Sarai. And then I like how you put that, because like, it's that double tongue talk, you know, that forked tongue. Because they say it's freedom of speech, but really it's not. That's a lie. Because y'all can say this, you can say this as long as I'm cool with it. But if you say something I don't like, hey, you censored. We taking this, you getting demonetized. They gonna get the point, they gonna take you to jail. That's illegal for you to say that. They're going to say that anti-word, and you're going to go to jail. So check it out. This is Sirach, or Ecclesiasticus 28:13. Curse the whisperer and double tongue, for such have destroyed many that were at peace. And look, Esau being forked tongue, double tongue, had destroyed many that were at peace. If Esau would get out the way, I promise you, Yashua, our community will have peace. If you get this devil out the way, we will have peace. Because Esau is the one who keeps up all this, you know, commotion. And always, like the Willie Lynch letter, he highlights our differences. He the one that puts division in our community, man. That's all by Esau doing that, man. Which he has the jurisdiction to do it because Yahweh gave him the right to do it, because our people up under curses for not following the laws and commandments of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. So with the jurisdiction the devil has, because just like he did Job, you know, he gets the opportunity to harass Yasharallah, which is Israel. And he always whispering. He'll tell you got this right, but then he say, nah, you ain't got that right. Or you can say this on record, but you better not say this on record. You can talk about killing your brothers and sisters, but you better not say that you're a Jew on record. Nah, you better not. You can't say that. Or any other look. You can talk about murder. You can talk about rape. You can talk about all of that as long as it's to your community. But if you talk about doing that to my community, we're not going to release your CD, because that's wrong. But you're not wrong for talking about selling drugs in your community, or killing your own people, or beating and you know, ravaging your own women. That's great. You can do that. I'll pay you to do that. Good money for you to do that. And that's the rap game, you know, in a nutshell. That's music industry. They will pay you to do that. They say hypersexualized. All the songs is about having some sex. This is why the young girls, you know, as soon as they hit the age of 8, they don't have no more of a virginity. You know, all the songs about sex. Even when you go back to the old school, 60s, and, you know, Marvin Gaye was like, let's get it on. You know, Esau promotes that. It's all good things. But something with a positive message, no, we can't have that. And that shows their precept. He talks with a double tongue. He'll tell you this, but then he'll do this. Or he really means this. And it's only going to get worse as we move forward in prophecy. So that's what them devils do, man. And he said, curse the whisperer. Esau always whispering in our people's ears, man. Messed up stuff. The same way he whispered in Eve's ear to go against Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, and Adam. It's the same game plan. It works. That's why the devil going to keep using it. Especially the women. Whisper all in her ear. Tell her some lies and some BS. She'll act it out and she'll destroy her community, her family, and herself. Based on the lies of the devil. See, we gotta wake up from that, man. We gotta, hey, man, I don't want you whispering nothing in my ear. Hey, you better get away from me, devil. You know, that's what our women should say. If they had any lick of sense. You know, the men too, because they about as dumb as the women. They falling right behind them. That hotel comedic spirit. And it's just, hey, 2/3 are done. So with that, let's watch some more hypocrisy. Watch how funny this is, Josh Roller. Watch how they clip themselves up with this. They show you these devils is completely whacked out their minds. Watch this one, Yasharala. Like, this one is, I'm like, that's a proven fact. So watch this. This goes to that critical race theory, Yasharala.
Ron DeSantis in Florida, he sent teachers to a civics class, and they were teaching that George Washington and Thomas Jefferson were anti-slavery.
Ron DeSantis has the idea. Let's put it that way.
But they did own slaves.
Well,
I'm sorry, guys.
They did own slaves, but they knew that, you know,
honestly, things were different back then.
But do you think that it should be taught that they didn't support slavery?
Correct, and that's what the you know. And
you're saying they did not support slavery.
They did not. That's why, you know.
But they owned slaves.
They owned slaves. They owned slaves. They owned slaves.
Ron DeSantis in Florida, he sent teachers to a civics class, and they were teaching that George Washington and Thomas Jefferson were anti-slavery.
Ron DeSantis has the idea. Let's put it that way.
But they did own slaves.
Well,
I'm sorry, guys.
They did own slaves, but they knew that, you know,
honestly, things were different back then.
But do you think that it should be taught that they didn't support slavery?
Correct, and that's what the you know. And
you're saying they did not support slavery.
They did not. That's why, you know.
But they owned slaves.
They owned slaves. They owned slaves. They owned slaves.
Did you see that? Hey, about to bust a blood vessel, like, that was straight. And they showed themselves to be fools on that. To be fools. Like, and I'm looking at Esau like, cut the shit, man. It's American history y'all owned us as slaves. That's American history. You know, you kept it up, and then at this time, now you want to take it out of school. You know why, Yashrala? Because our power is coming back. You know, the truth is coming to the forefront. So now they want to be like, I didn't own no slaves. Slavery didn't happen. They didn't support slavery. Because it's just like when I was coming to school, they was proud to say that. They said that in pride. That was taught in schools when I came up, and they was cool. They owned it. Now they don't want to own that since they're starting to find out they're not the people of the book. We are. And the curses support us, don't support them. So now they want to erase that fact. And they're going to call it a critical race theory. That's hypocrisy in itself. That's not no theory. That's a fact. Your people own my people. That is not a theory. So always keep up. Watch that, Yashrala. Watch how these devils lie like that, man. Straight hypocrites. That was hypocritical. And see, I see the dude, he stayed on that same little stupid plan. The old girl, she just gave up. That was like the mental gymnastics. She's like, I don't know, because you can't do it, man. It's either yay or nay. Yeah, they own slaves. They own slaves. They supported it. Point blank, period. So you cannot be in school trying to teach that didn't happen. You're erasing American history by doing that. And see, they're trying to erase our identity because that's part of us discovering who we are based on what they did to us. Because the curses fit us and not no other nation. So they got to erase that because that's one of the blueprints, the Blue's Clues that we use to find out who we are. So now they're like, oh no, they don't use history to find out who they are through the Bible. We done correlated the two things. The slavery and the scriptures are now come together, which goes into what was written and your experiences. Now, what was written proves to be true and your experience proves to be true. Guess what? It's true. So now this truth is eating this devil up and he's trying to erase everything. Now he needs to do a global reset because his hypocrisy is now coming to the light. And he doesn't like being on the spotlight. This devil like being in the dark. He likes to be in the high grass. He's like a snake. He likes to be hidden. He doesn't like to be seen. Because you know once he's seen, hey, it's a wrap. Especially when them lions come for him. So I'm going to go get this right here. And see, with that, let me get the precept. get the precept. Let's go to Job 20 and 5. Check it out. This is Job 20 and 5, and it reads, "The triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment." And that's so true. Esau has triumphed through his lies and through his sword. Now we're at the season where his lies are coming undone. His lies are going to be stripped so bare that he's going to have to reach back, grab that sword, use it on Jake in order to try to extend his rulership. But Yahushua said what? That the wicked triumph is only for a short time. It's short. He said the joy of the hypocrite is but for the moment. So this has been nothing but a moment in the eyes of Yahushua. And we're at the point now where Esau's rulership is up. His time is up. That's why the devil's back against the wall. He talking about some critical race theory. He heard us on the highway and hedges. He see these video of pistols. He like, man, they getting it in. Like, we got to come on with it, man. My beast system. Maybe I can offset the marriage like that. He gonna come with the lockdowns to initiate the beast system. And it's surely coming, man. This devil, his back is against the wall. He doesn't have much time left. Now his time truly is short. And now he's been proven to be a hypocrite. I mean, they just looking real foolish right now, man. They trying to double back, double talk, just like a serpent. That's why I see now why Yahushua compared him to a serpent. Because a serpent has a forked tongue. That's the same thing Esau got. Esau tell you this, but then, he backtrack and then say this. And it's two different conflicting things. And he runs it if it's okay. He has patience, he'll wait, because he's a cunning hunter. He's just like that snake in the grass, man. That's Esau. Spot on. All the way. So he'll pull that up, because he did triumph through his lies. Now that ain't working no more. On the hopefully leg. We getting this wisdom not understanding. So the devil is just, he's just SOL right now. He's scrambling. Scrambling bad. So I'm going to go get this. To go further into their lies and how we still in their hands and the further perpetrating their lies, critical race theory, trying to get it out there and trying to really cover their tracks, man. Because Esau is just like Cain. He's a vigilant. He a vagabond. He trying to make it where nobody can't see him, but we see you, devil. True prophets are out now. So check it out, this is Nahum 3:1. Woe to the bloody city. It is all full of lies and robbery. Oh, that's what Esau do. The prey departeth not. We are still in this devil's hands. We are still here. We ain't with nowhere. This devil is still calling us, still pushing the direction he want, still pushing little messed up ideologies on us. The devil's still in power. He's still in power, man. And the city about to get, we thought it was bloody. Now it's about to get real bloody as we move forward to Jacob's trouble. It's going to be real bloody then. Real bloody. And it said the city's full of lies and robberies, man. That all go from Esau. Esau always finessing somebody, always cheating somebody out their money. That's what Esau do. That's his forte. A lot of people are going to be mad. And he said the prey departeth not. We still here in this devil's hands, man. That's why we still hollering on Yahushua to come break this devil's sword and deliver us up out of this wicked place, man. As we come down and rebuild and have it looking right. I'm ready to see the earth look at its most beautiful state, to see what it look like. That's going to be something very, very precious to see. Now I want to let's go to Galatians 6 and 7, because all this is falling back on them. Because like their precepts say, you reap what you sow. So all this, let's say you look at it now, they trying to take our numbers down. Now they numbers going down. They smoking meth, fentanyl, can't get no bursts. Even them, we about to see Edomite on Edomite action. All that stuff they put out there for us is now turning back on their own heads. It's turning back on them. Because they about to fight. They about to fight. And that's going to be Edomite on Edomite action. And it's going to be a lot of bloodshed. It's going to be a lot of bloodshed. So check it out. This Galatians 6 and 7. Be not deceived. Yahweh is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. So that's why we do this work, man. I'm sowing good seeds, man. I want to reap the kingdom of heaven. I want to reap good benefits. So I'm not going to be out here, doing wickedness, and then expect something good going to happen our way. Because it said, hey, the Lord is not mocked. Whatever some man, what it say? Whoever so a man soweth, that shall he also reap. So that goes into karma. That's basically where they got karma from. That precept right there. Will go around, come around. Whatever you do about to happen back onto you. And that happened to Esau. Esau losing big time. That's why everything is changing. Because the devil is scrambling. He's scared. He see our power about to come back. So he's like, oh man, I gotta hurry up and say something or do something to get them, man. So now it's promoting all kinds of perversion, all kind of messed up stuff. Speaking, in lies. I said they all lie. That's what all these devils do. Is lie. Lie, lie, lie. So I'm probably end off with this right here, man. To just show you these people, man. Esau a hypocrite. You don't need to believe Esau. You need to get away from Esau. Which I might get that too. I wasn't gonna get it. Sirach, or Ecclesiastes 12 and 10. Never trust thy enemy, for like his iron rusteth, so is his wickedness, man. So I like that analogy Abashai used right there, man. He said, never trust thy enemy. He said, like iron rusteth, so is iniquity. So when you got a smooth piece of iron metal and it's smooth, if you leave it out in the rain, it's gonna rust. See, it needs something has to happen for Esau's wickedness to pop up out to play. Something has to happen. And then as that water hit, that rust gonna come up. You're gonna see this dude still dirty as I don't know what. Still a little filthy little lying devil. You're gonna realize that you ain't gonna kick it with Esau and Edomites no more. When you realize that, because you're gonna know he's your enemy. You're gonna show you that if it's in your spirit to know that. If you ain't just too far gone. So check it out. We're gonna go to Revelation 18 and 4. End off right there. I just wanted to show, man, these devils are straight hypocrites, man. Liars. You should never trust what the devil got to say. So check it out. It's Revelation 18 and 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and Yahweh have remembered her iniquities. So what we went through, and they put hell on us, guess what? It's about to reverse. We're going to put hell on them, and then they going to be, in captivity. That's how this thing going to go down. That's why he said, forsake her. She's dying. This place better get lit up with hot thermonuclear missiles and the chariots. Straight up. So I just want to pull out the hypocrisy of Esau to show you that these devils are something else, man. They always lying. They always trying to lie, cheat, and steal to get over and get what they want, man. That's why I advise any of y'all out there still hanging with Edomites, get away from them. They're going to snake you when stuff get tough. They're going to snake you. So that being said, I want to say, Kwame Yasharala, Detail Baba Bob, Shalom.